Leaving everything to that cousin of yours, that odious Mr. Collins.
Mrs. Bennet, for the 1000th time. This estate was entailed when I inherited it. It must, by law, go to a male heir.
If he came back in a scarlet coat, I'd take him without a farthing. If he's not in the militia, we won't even speak to him, will we?
From all I can collect from your manner of talking, you must be two of the silliest girls in the country. I've suspected this for some time, but now I am convinced.
I'm astonished, my dear, that you should be so ready to think your own children silly.
When Lydia and Kitty are our age, I dare say they will not think of red coats any more than we do.
I remember the time I liked a red coat myself. And indeed, so I do still in my heart. And if a smart colonel of 5,000 or 6,000 a year should want one of my girls, I shall not say nay to him.
Aunt Phillips says she very often sees Colonel Forster and Captain Carter standing in Clark's library. Who is it for?
Who is it from?
Make haste and tell us, my love. Make haste.
It is from Miss Bingley, my dear friend. If you are not so compassionate as to dine today with Louisa and me, we shall be in danger of hating each other for the rest of our lives. For a whole day's tete-a-tete between two women can never end without a quarrel. Come as soon as you can on receipt of this. My brother and the gentleman are to dine with the officers. Yours ever, Caroline Bingley.
Bingley! Oh, no, the gentlemen are to dine out. That is very unlucky.
May I have the carriage?
No, my dear, you'd better go on horseback, because it seems likely to rain, and then you must stay all night.
That would be a good scheme if you were sure they would not offer to send her home.
But the gentleman will have Mr. Bingley's chaise already.
I'd much rather go in the coach.
Oh, no, my dear, your father cannot spare the coach horses, I'm sure. They are wanted on the farm, are they not, Mr. Bennet?
They are wanted on my farm much more often than I can get them.
If you have them on the farm today, my mother's purpose will be answered, and she'll be perfectly contented.
Oh, this was a lucky idea of mine, indeed.
My dearest Lizzy, I find myself very unwell this morning, which I suppose is to be imputed to my getting wet through yesterday. My kind friends will not hear of my returning home, and they insist on my seeing Mr. Jones. Therefore, do not be alarmed if you should hear of his having been to me.
Excepting a sore throat, a fever, and a headache, there is nothing much wrong with me.
Well, my dear, if Jane should die of this fever, it would be comfort to know that it was all in pursuit of Mr. Bingley and under your orders.
Oh, I'm not at all afraid of her dying.
People do not die of little trifling colds. She will be very well taken care of.
As long as she stays there, it is all very well. I'd go and see her if I could have the carriage.
There is no need for that, Mamma. I shall walk to Netherfield myself.
How can you be so silly as to think of such a thing in all this dirt? You must be fit to be seen when you get there.
I shall be very fit to see Jane, which is all I want.
Is that a hint for me to send for the horses?
Oh, no, indeed, Father, for I had much rather walk. It is barely 3 miles to Netherfield, and I'll be back for dinner.
I admire the activity of so much benevolence, but every impulse of feeling should be guided by reason. In my opinion, exertion should always be in proportion to what is required.
I know, Lizzy. Lydia and I will set you as far as Meryton.
Aye, let's call on Denny early before he is dressed. What shock he will get.
Bye, Lizzy. Look, Kitty, isn't that Captain Carter? Come on, make haste.
miles so early in the day in such weather. And by yourself?
It was not so far and not so wet, nor did I feel lonely.
Well, we are city folk, I fear, and not so brave as you.
You must come near the fire, Miss Eliza. You're cold, and you must not follow your sister's example.
Oh, thank you. How is she?
Ze moet de kamer houden. De dokter kan ieder ogenblik komen. Ze heeft koorts. Ellendig.
Thank you. It is late. I really must take my leave.
Shall I send for the carriage?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, don't. Don't go, Eliza. It seems you must stay the night, Miss Eliza Bennet, for your sister's sake. We must send a servant for your clothes.
Oh, thank you. I should like to stay with Jane.